We'll take you to San Bernardino, where one union is pushing for higher pay and better health care. We'll fill you in on a months-long battle and what the results could mean for senior citizens in San Bernardino County. I'm Chris Leary.
With tonight's Top Beat, I'm Angela Sun. In San Bernardino County, more than 30,000 low-income seniors and disabled rely on in-home caregivers. Today, about 200 of those providers rallied for their first pay raise in almost a decade.
During the Board of Supervisors meeting, members of the union In-Home Supportive Service Providers shut down Arrowhead Avenue at the 4th Street intersection. They're not only requesting higher pay, but also proper health care, which many pay for out of their pocket or lack it altogether.
Our Kim Passoff tells us more about months of negotiations behind the scenes.
My life depends on caregivers. Hundreds of home caregivers are taking to the streets today in San Bernardino County. Right now, they make minimum wage, and they say that is not nearly enough to get by. Enrique Camacho can almost never leave his home, but he hired help to come here and paint rally signs.
We have to be very patient, very understanding, because there's a lot of frustrating nights, a lot of frustrating days.
Like the majority of home caregivers, he is taking care of a family member. In his case, 2 severely autistic sons, both nonverbal, with the mental ability of a toddler.
You have to make sure you supervise them at all times. If they see the fire and the flame of the stove, they can stick their hand right on it.
He gave up his career more than a decade ago.
I used to be a school teacher. You know, I used to teach at a junior high, but I had to leave that.
He now cares for them full-time as an in-home support services caregiver. He and 30,000 other caregivers in San Bernardino County are trained and paid by the county. They have not received a raise in 9 years. Only an increase in minimum wage, currently $11 an hour.
Minimum wage is, we're just barely surviving.
Sometimes he wake up now in the night, in the middle of the night, because we think he's remembering what happened to him.
Marguerite Johnson's grandson was severely beaten by his father when he was just 2 years old.
He's totally disabled. He can't walk, he can't talk. He has to be diapered, sometimes every hour on the hour. It's total work, it's total care.
She's dedicated the last 31 years of her life to taking care of him, always worried about how to pay for basics like medicine and diapers.
I worry every day about it.
Marguerite, Enrique, and all the other caregivers are now asking for a $1.25 raise.
To somebody who's making minimum wage, that dollar is a lot of money.
$1.25 isn't much to ask for, but it means a whole lot to us. And they don't even want to give that, and that's not fair.
According to the California Department of Aging, in the next decade, the county's senior population will double, reaching about 550,000 people.
San Bernardino County told us, quote, the county is committed to continuing negotiations and reaching an agreement that serves everyone well, including caregivers and the taxpayers, end quote.